Ladies and gentlemen, I got two investment regret that got more painful these few days, and I thought I want to share with everybody. And there are a lot of learning lessons behind this, and make sure you listen to the end to get this learning lesson. Let's watch on, shall we? So I have two big investment regrets. Some of you actually say that, Mr. Lu, wow, you seem so successful. No, have you done anything wrong? Oh, I make many, many mistakes. So I got two big investment regret, which I kind of hinted last few times that you watched my live stream, but they just got bigger and more painful. So the regret got worse, right? So I thought I want to share with you guys on this. Well, the first regret is OCBC. OCBC hit a mega high of $18. Now you might say, what is there to regret about when the share price go up? Well, the frank truth is that it can you see this number here? When it was in 2007, somewhere around here, okay, I bought two stocks, and at the same time, I dump a ton of money into the STI index. Okay, same time. Well, the STI index, went up by a little bit, but look at OCBC now. Wow. Okay, so interestingly, so I bought it about $5. Two stocks. That means 2,000 shares, and my total investment is about $10,000. Today, because of the bonus shares and things like that, I have got now three stocks. Okay, three stocks. 3 times 18.4 is now worth $55,000. But if I had dumped STI index, which I dumped a hell of a few $100,000 into OCBC, look what I have now. Walao, big regret, right? Okay, three times, three times. It went out three times. I made money. Okay, you can say, Mr. Lu, don't be so greedy lah. You make some money already. Yeah, but as I said, those days because of unfamiliarity with the US market and things like that, so I dumped a lot into a Singapore index, thinking that all index is the same. What an idiot, right? So unfortunately, I still hold on to the two stock. Now it become three stocks, three lots, and when it go up, I keep telling myself, why didn't I? Why didn't I? Right? 2007 until 2007 was the great financial crisis. Well, times have passed, and unfortunately, right, you can't turn the clock back. The second regret, okay, is Singtel. Singtel has gone up astronomically. I use the word astronomically. It went up from $3, okay, just early this year to now 484, and it just broke all-time high again. Right now, Singtel, because under the wonderful leadership of Mr. Yuan Kuan Moon, and he was an ex-colleague of mine. We worked together quite closely in the past, and of course, he rose in ranks. I'm still stuck as a YouTuber, and he he actually turned the company around powerfully in terms of the share price, and today the share price gone up from strength to strength. Incidentally, I'm asking him or the CFO, Mr. Arthur Lang, to see whether I can give an interview. Okay, they're all ex-colleagues, so I'm quite sure I will get something. And when I have the interview, please remember watch it. But it has gone from strength to strength and possibly going even stronger. So you know how much stocks I have? Whoa. Singtel position, I used to have $500,000. Now, someone might say, wow, Mr. Wu, how come you got $500,000 of stock? Well, you may not know those days, Singtel executives, we are paid part in shares, part in salaries. So a lot of my shares were accumulated over the years. Plus, I went to buy some more because you like to believe in your company. And right now, okay, it's gone to 480 something. But you know what? For decades, decades, right? I started in Singtel in 1997. I kind of I went into I resigned in 2015, then went into a part-time consultant all the way until maybe 2021 or something like that. So bottom line is this whole period I was with Singtel, and I can't remember, some years back, after holding the stock for, I don't know, 10 over years, I just see and not waiting, right? Just see and not waiting. plus the fact that these stocks were actually my salary, they are not like I invest. Large part of it is my salary. I just decided I can't wait anymore. This is just a stock that just doesn't move and it gets stuck at $3, $3, $3, $3 plus $3. And I say, 一气之下, just let it go, change to some other thing. So today I own one big fat zero Singtel shares. Unlike UOB, I still have three lots, right? This one I got one big fat zero. Wow, piang, explosion. And after I saw the plans, because they are friends to me, they tell me the exciting plans, basically unlocking a lot of their hidden asset. My goodness, it stings, okay? It stings, painful, okay? Ah, well, I'll just say this. We all have our own regrets and things like that. Well, I want to give you some insights from my experience, okay? It's probably not about OCBC or Singtel or whatsoever, it's about this, okay? I just want to tell you this. Stock picking is really very difficult, okay? Whether it's in Singapore or US or across the world, it's really very difficult. I give you some examples, okay? Singapore Airlines, best airline in the world. Okay, best airline in the world. I always fly Singapore Airlines. It's a great way to fly, but the shares is not a great way to buy. Okay, it's been really hover at the same place at I don't know many years. The competition is tough. Profit recently gone down 68%. Wow, So if you pick a blue chip stock like Singapore Airlines, just stay where it is and just get stagnant. I give you a story of the banks. A lot of people say, don't worry, just buy the Singapore bank will be fine. Okay. There are three big Singapore banks, OCBC, DBS, UOB, right? Guess what? UOB share price, huge plunge. Okay. UOB plunge, the other two gone up. But how you know? Three, no, one out of three collapse. Your chances of picking, I'm just lucky I picked not the best performing one, at least the second best performing one. How did I pick OCBC? Because I'm a customer of OCBC. I put my money in OCBC, and there's no other reason to pick just out of familiarity. Okay, if I pick UOB would have disappointed me, and of course there are other names like Keppel, SATS, SC Engineering, and so on. So I'll just say this. Let's take a look at the tail of two banks. Okay, I already talked about OCBC. Don't I talk about it? This is the last 1 year performance. This is UOB. Went up, boom, 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 boom. Right. So you say, don't worry, I collect dividend. Wow, this drop in capital, drop in share price. You gotta wait quite a few years to get back even your this loss. On the other hand, if you're lucky, you pick DBS. Okay, and they gone up from strength to strength, 45 to 53 or $54, right? How you know which one? How you know? I don't know how to judge also. Maybe I don't know how to judge. So a lot of people say just collect dividend. Not so easy, right? One big share price drop wipe out years of dividend. Singapore Press Holding used to be a powerful dividend yielding stock. I still remember someone said, as long as SPH drop below $4, just go and buy. Guess what? SPH don't even exist today, right? The counter has totally collapsed, right? A result of industrial disruption. So Singapore SPH started as a blue chip stock, 1990 to year 2000, super blue chip, steady dividends, investor darling. The chairman used to be our Singapore president, used to be President Tony Tan, or rather ex-President Tony Tan, chairman. And then 2010, the internet came out, disrupted the business model. Today, it's history, right? So if you pick the wrong one, you might. So the point on driver is this: it's really very difficult to pick stock. Okay, you pick individual stock. Okay, it's really difficult. I tell you, it's not just difficult to pick the right stock. You can pick the right company, which I did, but you allocate the wrong amount. So now go up like this, you feel painful. And then you pick the right stock, but it like hold long enough for you to get disappointed for many years. And then when you finally give up, the stock bounce up, right? And then there are some companies you hold long enough, it collapse totally. How you know, right? So it is really difficult to do stock picking. Really difficult, really difficult. So we don't know out of that three which bank will face the next crisis, whether our airline companies like Singapore Airline will hit turbulence, which blue chip stock will collapse. Blue chip can become blue black stock, okay, or bakak. So which dividend stock will cut their payout and which industry will disrupted, we don't know. So therefore, in my experience, pick a globally diversified portfolio, much safer, much safer. So what did I do? Okay, well, across the years, in the last 1 decade plus, I just moved my money to S&P 500 and Nasdaq and other globally diversified portfolio. Okay, there were huge volatility in this counter. Don't get me wrong. There were times where it actually was quite worrying. Okay, but it has gotten from strength to strength. Okay, if I track the last 5 years, it started from 3,000 plus. I bought most of my stock at 3,008 during the 2020 COVID crash and 2022 crash as well. Okay, somewhere around there, and then of course it's gone from strength to strength. Nasdaq as well gone from strength to strength. I usually allocate them in a 1/3, 2/3 ratio. These are very big winners. But you know what? You can say, "Ah, yeah, Mr. We make enough money already." I think like that. Well, the frank truth is, I want to make money in everything. Everybody wants to, right? You want to make money in your Singapore stocks, you want to make money in US stocks, you want to make money in crypto, you want to make money in property, you want to make money in selling bubble tea, you want to sell whatever you touch, you want to sell, right? But the frank truth is, it is very difficult to stock pick. Okay, so I prefer now a broad-based index, not as exciting as picking individual stocks. And broad-based index very difficult to get. Three baggers. Three baggers means you can go up by three times, like DBS, OCBC. Okay, but it gets globally diversified. Okay, not trapped in Singapore small market, and you don't have the risk of one company being impacted by something. Okay, and it's a lot more less emotional and more systematic, and it compounds over a decade. And if it crash, you have a confidence you will come back. So it's a lot safer. So I think it's a lot safer, and I want to share everybody this philosophy. However, okay, it does still feel a bit painful, okay, when I see that two counters that I have, one both gone up by a lot, and I either don't have enough or I completely wiped them out already long time ago. So individual stock picking is really a gamble for me. Okay, really. Some of you all say, "Don't worry, Mr. Lu, you're lousy." For me, I know how to do it. Yeah. Well, a few of you all know how to pick stock, but you pick very little. That's not life-changing wealth. Okay. Yeah. So I think that to have life-changing investment returns, I think stock picking is really very difficult, and I think you know globally diversified investing is a lot more safer and systematic. And I would like to say this, a good strategy always beat luck over the long period of time. This is my opinion. Have you have any similar story to share? I would like to hear as well. I do feel a little bit uncomfortable here when I see these two. Do you have your own comfortable feeling? Share with me, okay? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in a live stream. Bye bye.